We are electrochemical. In our communication system is electrochemical. If you take a calculator, put it in a 4-digit sum and multiply with another 4, the immediate, the result is appears immediate. We have to, oh my goodness, all those neurons, you see. The point is we have so and so much, say from here to there is electric, then we have the synaptic gap, which is chemical. Then we transfer to another point, and we have perhaps 2 more before it goes to the foot. How do you explain this in such a way that it becomes unforgettable? And this wonderful lady did the following. She asked for 1 dozen volunteers. Now, I've done this very briefly here on the computer. Don't laugh about the drawings. I've done this in a hurry to save some time. She did the following. She puts the first 6 here. And every one of those people touched or grabbed the elbow of the next. So, this is the electrical impulse from here to here, which of course goes very quickly. Here is the synaptic gap. I can't pronounce this thing anymore. And this lady, who I can't remember men, had, instead of connecting to the next, a jar of neurotransmitter, which spells W-A-T-E-R. And with the other hand, sprayed neurotransmitter on the next person here. And then the next person said, oh, I can feel something in my neck, someone sprayed it, aha, I better give the next thing. And so the process went on. Unforgettable? Everyone now knows what the synaptic gap means and why we are so slow. That was a wonderful example. Now, we've got some more. We're talking about principles. One principle, and I don't know if there are 20, 50 or 100, the more you can teach a concrete operational child, and those are the important years. The more you can teach, the more of those principles, the more the richer they can establish a structure of knowledge, which then incubates in the child's mind, and every time they see something, oh, this relates to here. If I see this, oh, this relates to perspective, etc. So one of the principles is how we collect force, how we communicate with a spacecraft maybe thousands, millions of miles away. And I give you the concrete example here. I've got a torchlight. And if I switch it on, I don't think you would know if it's on or off. If you look up the ceiling, I don't think so. However, if we use this thing here, which is a parable dish, we can see it quite clearly, can't we? If we get it nicely in focus, we get a wonderful spot, which now can travel a long distance. And when I have a group of school kids, what I do then, it is slightly uncomfortable, but it doesn't really hurt. I put right into their faces, because here we're using the visual modalities, and they will never forget how we communicate through space. Then we can ask, now what can we use it for? I've got, incidentally, this is one of my fact sheets here, but on the overhead, now we can reinforce the idea. We've seen the concrete things, we have seen the pieces themselves. Now we can we can go further and can say, this is, angle of incidence, etc., etc. Here's a focal point. There are 2 functions. One is transmission, where we transmit from this into the dish. And you've seen all dishes, all of you have seen dishes. This is the way how they work. We have one beam which is now concentrated, and there is far away the beam can be perceived. On the other hand, we have reception, where we have energy coming in, and the whole energy of this, however big the dish is, now concentrated on one point, and then can be amplified. Then we examined, we asked the children, and some of these came from kids, The uses are for light, signaling, astronomy, car headlights, spotlights, space communication, commands to spacecraft, receiving data, defense, radar, reconnaissance, sound, long-range microphones such as recording bird sounds, very effective. Satellite, telephones, TV, weather, etc. One principle made possibly unforgettable. The next one is if we talk about electric currents. And people often get confused because unfortunately our early pioneers, they had no textbooks to go by, they just had to fantasize and invent everything. And I really feel sorry when I think of people like Faraday and Ohm and all those early people, how they had to experiment and find out the most simple things we take for granted now. So they made a mistake with the current flow, which really goes the other way. But how do we explain how the current flows? And what I would suggest might be a good idea to have your children wearing elements. These are only two here. You can have dozens of them. Elements like this is a switch. Now I'm a switch, you know, imagine a circle. I'm a switch, there the others, there's a battery. If I'm switched off, no current flows. I switch on, here we are. And there may be a buzzer over there, he said, bzzz, I switch off. We may use a diode. The diode is a one-way traffic. I only let the current go one way, not the other way. So the current comes from here, all right, comes from there, no way. Turn it around, haha, reverse polarity. Magnets. This is for the younger ones, really. Magnets, how's time going? Magnets, we have them, you know, alternatively. Some kids have this, some kids have that. And they come to each other and say, oh, I find you very attractive if you are north, but you are north.